guys, welcome back to the counselor's office. Hold on. I haven't done this in a minute, so I'm bringing it back. Subscribe, god dang it. Subscribe, that's right. Subscribe right god dang minute, right now. I haven't threatened you guys with Fatebringer in like several months. So don't worry, the Fatebringer's still here. God dang it, subscribe. Anyways, you're probably wondering, where's Pete Grossman? Where's Pete? Where's Pete Grossman? Listen, even Pete Grossman needs a, he's out there golfing somewhere on his yacht. Yes, he golfs on his yacht for some, I don't know what fucking rich people do nowadays. It is funny. Bungie did a twid, probably one of the worst, most hated twids this week in Destiny blogs they have done. And where they came out and said, hey, we took your feedback about the portal and all that shit, the thing that pisses everyone off. Yeah, we heard that you got tired, playing in the mines. You got tired of playing Minecraft. Guess what? We're going to make solo ops worse and not make anything else fucking better. We're not going to make the game rewarding because fuck you. We're listening. And of course, the community is like, no, fuck you. We're just not going to play this game. And that is kind of where this is it. This is where we're at right now. And this is going to go to the story that we're going to talk about. Yeah, it's looking fucking bad. By the way, I guess I'll continue to parrot this because people think like a console is much different. We've already gone through multiple data points in the past to showcase that consoles are relatively around the same. They do have more, right? It's inaccurate to say that they don't have more than PC, but they levitate around similar numbers. So when you add them all together, it's the similar baseline, right? It's a similar baseline. And boy, does it fucking look bad. It looked bad. Like, just for reference, Heresy, which was deemed like probably a better episode, and like April, May, we're like right here, right? And then we start getting to like Revenant and stuff like that. Like, isn't it bad that we are starting to get to these levels of, oh shit. And this is an expansion, a brand new expansion. And we're not even like a month over it, right? We're just barely over it. And if you look at the final shape, like at least a month after, we got half of it. And then a half of that is when we start getting down to like 30K. And then it took September, another month to get to 25K on average. Like the numbers on average were slowly going, we are fucking skydiving. We are jumping off the edge. We're jumping into the abyss. It's fucking bad. Like even average players on launch, it was fucking bad. Like, and people who enjoy the game, who want Bungie to, continue working on the portal, because the portal has a lot of good things. I do like the portal. I think the portal and its conception, its idea is good. I like it. I like how they're, yes, they're reusing assets, but let's be honest. If there's assets in the game, they should be using it. The problem is the menu gameplay gets boring, and it also feels bad. That 90% of the game is ass. It's just gone now. And then you're playing like one or two activities that are best in slot instead of like having multiple options, which is why people are just not playing, because no one wants to do 1-2 activities or one exotic mission over and over and over and over for a digital number that's going to be reset in like what, 2-3 months here. Like, yeah, that's not exciting. I mean, even Diablo players who are used to doing seasonal resets and doing a whole brand new character, at least they get to keep those numbers for the eternal world, right? They can go back to everything they farmed for and continue to play in the eternal mode. And if they want to reset for the season, they can do that, right? Destiny, it's like, fuck you. We don't care about you. We're not going to respect your time. So Bungie makes a change, a twid to say, hey, we're making all these changes that continues to say, fuck you. We don't respect your time. And now we have the rollback. Bungie is rolling it fucking back. Let's just read it. We've been working through player feedback from the previous TWID and reassessing our announced rewards updates for the portal. We'll be reverting the following changes, which were planned for Destiny 2 update 9.1.0. We planned reductions to power earned for a given grade within solo ops have been reverted. Planned reduction of engrams earned in Encore, Starcrossed, and Whisper have been reverted. We will have additional information in the TWID regarding next steps improving reward or portal experience. And of course, this perfectly encapsulates Bungie reverting changes that no one fucking asked for. That is tone deaf, completely ignores. By the way, I don't want to hear DMG make a meme out of, I'm the guy that says we're listening to you. Shut the fuck up. It's not funny. It's tone deaf, and you look like a jackass. Especially when when Bungie makes changes like this. No fucking person in Bungie should ever be making a joke when they literally don't fucking listen. And of course, you have this. It shows the terminally ill, mentally, the full-blown retards of the Destiny community are coming out to suck the nuts of Bungie. The true ball fondlers have come out. The people who are fucking glazing the shit out of Bungie for setting fire to the fucking house and then putting it out. It is wild. Let's check these, right? I think this encapsulates my point. Thanks for not putting out the go fuck you yourself update, company, and reverting the decision that would make it harder to play your game. I appreciate that the go fuck yourself update wasn't put in. Thank you so much. Then we have this one. TWID. Hey guys, next week we're gonna smear diarrhea all over your bed. Bye, player base. What the F is wrong with you? Next TWID. After careful consideration and feedback analysis, we have decided not to shit our player's bed. And then everyone's... we don't have a... Oh, yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. The amount of people... W. Now keep up the momentum. Why are we giving Bungie W? For not fucking listening from at the beginning and then receiving massive backlash. Why does it take massive? Like, it literally takes your player base threatening to dip out for you to actually do something. Yes, truly they're listening, you know, and here's the thing. They might be listening, but they're fucking not doing anything with it. You know, there's a difference in listening and actually giving a shit about the information you're getting. Maddox, this is good. Thank you. But now we are back to where we started. Thank you. This is probably one of the few times that Maddox is on the nail, right? Usually I disagree with him. He's usually glazing, but this time he's on the ball. Like, yeah, thank you. You shouldn't fucking do that. But we're back at square one. We haven't gone. There is no improvements to the problem. The original complaint that people were tired to be in the mines is still a problem because Bungie just wanted to like, hey, fuck you. We're just going to make solo ops worse. So then we're going to force you to play shittier, you know, things to do instead of improving the rewards. And we have currently working on sharing more in the TWID. You mentioned the power grind through raids. We talked about some changes coming to raid rewards last week. Can you share on which of these are in the right direction and what else you're looking for? Yes. Why is it that it has to be like tier 3, like multiple feats, when it used to be that you just played the fucking raid and you got pinnacles, you got drops? How can you make it like this? Is not going to encourage people to raid. No one's fucking raiding now. Like even top tier content creators are saying the same fucking thing. No one is playing. No one's doing old raids because you killed fucking them. And no one's touching the new one because it's fucking pointless. Except unless you're getting the crossbow and then you're like, I got my crossbow. I'm out, man. As far as I read, could have missed something so far. Last week's TWID was all about tiers from raids, but I believe the community would love to be able to grind power through the raid as well. As an example, it would be awesome to get +5 gear from any raid encounter with every free feat added, giving an extra power level. So a +5 feat raid could give +10s. That would be fucking succulent. Just spitballing numbers, obviously. I'd imagine y'all would fine tune it what would make the most sense. Ideally, grinding and farming raids would be the fastest way to power grind by a thin margin if ran efficiently, thus rewarding players for engaging in difficult team coordination content. Furthermore, to alleviate the pain of being at the mercy of RNG or Prime Engram for the final 50 power levels of grind, it would be nice if the raid could provide an alternative method to guaranteed prime drops. As an example, every full raid reward, it guarantees a +3 prime, with more feats giving you increased primes or chances at increased primes. Also, while not directly related to power grind gear through raids, it is relevant when it comes to grinding raids. Please reconsider the decision to have any form of, okay, so obviously people don't like not swap. That's not changing. That's the big thing people don't want to deal with. And I agree. I think for base, like contest mode, sure, whatever. But for like base raids, go fuck yourself with that shit. Like, we want to encourage build crafting. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Can you please tell them to make all raids and dungeons able to drop power? What I would love that I feel is a combination of reasonable timeline for them plus good for the player base is to modernize the loot of 1 raid per major update, aka 4 per year. That means tiered loot, armor gets a set bonus, and add all 5 feats to raid. At this point, fucking give us something. I don't expect that they're doing fucking raid layer, or not raid layers, dungeon layers, which it's been leaked that it's going to be 1 encounter from a dungeon. Wow, we're breaking the bank here. We'll talk about my post in a minute. Scraps tomorrow's vids. Good. Thank you. Great. Back at square one for the portal changes. Reconsider buffing rewards for playing activities with a full fire team to move players out of solo ops. Consider reworking the power level at which tier 5 rewards are dropped. Yeah, like people are like, hey, what about the original problem? Like, you know, we have the original problem, right? That's good, but also kind of just seems like we're back to where we currently are. Yeah, guys. Woo! W changed, Bungie! Even though we're back at square one and you have yet to say anything about, you know, tell us that you're actually giving a shit about our feedback. Anyone confirm if we're resetting power and guardian ranks in September? This is not a W. By the way, I know that Scarrow fucking hates like Destiny Bolton, but they fucking get it. This is not a W. It shouldn't have happened in the first place, but I'm glad it's reverted. Thank you. By the way, Scarrow has been awfully quiet for the past couple months about Destiny. It's been like Milo that's been glazing up Edge of Fate, but like suddenly not a fucking word. Like out of everything that's gone on, he just kind of sat in the background. So props on him. He's like, fuck it. I'm just done with, I'm not being part of this. I'm just going to do my thing. Like I don't see him actively trying to like stand out. And bonus drops and bonus focus should drop on level. Bonus drops should drop +1 as well as the way Solstice did. They're called bonus drops, but they all get deleted 98% of the time. They're pretty bad bonus. It is fucking ass. Thank you. Now we're on neutral footing and here's my feedback. And they give their feedback. On behalf of all salaried professionals who are about to hit a business season. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Oh my God. Guys, thank you. Thank you for not, you know, listening to us and doing the bare fucking minimum. Thank you, Bungie. All praise, Bungie. Thank you. It's not just rewards. Good grief. Are you listening? We don't want to do the same activities again. Stop compartmentalizing legacy content outside the portal. Great to see the change reverted. Tommy's matchbook, caddy fix, please. Can't get him. Imagine thanking Bungie for giving us what they was already in the game. Your feedback matters. Yeah, people want PvP. PvP is getting shouted. W. Now, yeah. Good. Fantastic. Destiny Rising goes live in 1 day. I hope to see some exciting collabs in the future. Yeah. There's going to be a nice funeral for Destiny 2 in Destiny Rising. They're going to have a monument that says, here lies a game that Bungie murdered. Whoever signed off on the original changes needs to be fired. Absolutely. W. Applaud. Thank you. Two good changes. Thanks for listening to feedback from the community and creators. They were actually listening to feedback. We wouldn't be in this place. Revert the whole expansion, please. Can we get deep sight harmonizers back? New players are struggling. Stop feeding Bungie. They crave the praise in those huge W comments, and they know they'll get it by reverting bad changes they consistently made. By the way, I saw a post. I didn't save it. Someone said they did this intentionally for the TWID tomorrow. They hit everything so low and so bad intentionally so that when they release the patches, we're gonna praise them and say, "Oh my God, oh they're fine, they're lit." Like it was called bait. that Bungie did it to bait the player base. I don't think they're smart enough to do that kind of engagement. I'm sorry. I don't see them being capable of rage baiting to that like extent. Plus, I don't think it's good for their actual like demographics to rage bait with the small amount of people that are still actually fucking playing this game. So we'll get to my post in a minute, but something to mention is that someone was asking about the nerf to grav spike. I agree. Fuck that gun. It is fucking ass. Like, it is insane. And yes, I could use it too, but fuck that. Like, just, it's so fucking stupid. And here we have focusing on portal and reward comms at the moment. Sandbox balancing for some rough edges in Crucible is happening in Ash and Iron. Won't have exacts in the twid this week. Hope to have comms next week. In what increments should we be expecting PvP updates under the new guard? Update the armor. Yeah, like, with all respect, if PvP is going to get updated, receive a balance patch every 3 months. Sorry, I'm out. As a PvP enjoyer, I feel disrespected as I see the whole Crucible starting to get the same level of attention as Gambit, from minimal to none. Seems like every PvP nerf ends up affecting PvE. Yeah, as you can tell, a lot of people not happy about this. A lot of people not happy about this. Reminder that Borderlands 4 and Silksong are coming early September. Can't wait to see the 0.5 handling on Graviton. And I just quit the game because PvP on Roblox is more competitive. Rough edges. Can you confirm whether or not this is actually a dedicated PvP sandbox team? And if, what are they? Like, where are they? Where are they at? Bouncing some rough edges in like a month. PvP players. Yeah, like, it's insane. Bungie, this absolute dog shit excuse of a PvP meta can't go on. Feels bad and pretty unacceptable at this point. No comms on PvP balance, and Edge of Fate's been out for how long? Tagging for visibility. Starting to think management felt they were over-delivering on PvP. As you can tell, they are neglecting PvP, and it's bad. Like, it is, like, I usually can play, but even, like, and I like, it's funny, I play comp, and I got gold 3 just shredding out, right? Like, I just said, because I was playing with low levels, playing with low level Andes, shredding out. The moment I go to like regular Crucible, it is just hunter knife spam with fucking grav spike and Lucky Pants grav spike and the spread shotgun. It is fucking cancer. I have, like, even trials, I see that setup and my team just instantly shreds. I literally put a rubber band on my controller. Yeah, I set up controller and I just put it on my desk and I just walk the fuck away. And then I farm tier 5s. I just, you know what, we're done. We're out of it, right? Let this fucking thing be done with it. PvP sucks fucking ass. Like, even as an average player, I just could not find any enjoyment out of it, because this meta just awful. Now we get to my post. And you know, we always try to go for bangers when we call out Bungie. We always go for the bangers. We always try to go for the bangers. So here we go. Again, this situation, no one should be saying W. They do not deserve reverting changes that never should have happened in the first place. Instead of making the experience better, they were going to make it worse. Can't applaud someone setting the house on fire, then putting it out. And boy, oh boy, the Bungie defenders coming in full swing. So we have this first one. This one was a lot more respectful, but still, like, I don't, this is a ploy into emotional, like, it's emotional suicide, I believe, right? This is emotional suicide where people are just trying to play at your heartstrings. I respectfully disagree. This is a huge W. Keep in mind that positive affirmation when they do good things is just as important as negative feedback when things are not. This isn't a house on fire. This is a video game, and people with feelings are behind it. I love that we're talking about this as if Bungie is our friends, as if these are your coworkers. They're a fucking company. I guarantee this is the kind of person that goes and buys cheap shit, cheap shoes, and never stops to think, Was this made from material that was used from child slaves? Probably fucking not. And guarantee your phone, which is probably also made, you know, by kids farming in the mines for cheap material, that I'm sure you're not thinking about how they feel. Go fuck yourself. I love the strong man, let's tug to your emotion bullshit. This is what W's look like. This is what happens when devs listen to feedback from the beginning, not after having massive backlash for making changes after ignoring the original feedback. There are no W's earned for cleaning up their own mess. And you have Destiny Rising, where they announced, hey, we took your feedback and they made some dramatic changes that people wanted to see. W's, real W's. For what it's worth, I understand where you're coming from, but positive affirmation, reverting negative changes will ultimately motivate the team to continue in that direction. Chirping them will either just get them to spit in your food, so to speak. Kindness is free. Let's see what I said. I think positive affirmation is cheering on when they actually follow feedback without necessary backlash, which the community has cheered good changes. We have. I've even cheered good changes. Also, the positive affirmation for a company is not losing your player base and seeing it successfully thrive, not survive. Lastly, this is a billion-dollar company. They aren't our friends. We are the customers. Only a bad company ignores where the money is. Trust. Companies don't care about kindness. They're there to make money first. I agree with the majority of what you're saying there, but there are devs at Bungie who come home after reading the fans of their game call them the scum of the earth, and these are real people that appreciate the kindness. It's for them, not for the corporate overlords at Bungie. Do you say that to everyone, to every like gas station, Taco Bell, Walmart, Target? You like, guys, you know what? The prices are fucking high. I'm sorry that you have to deal with angry customers all the time. My heart goes out to you all. I'm going to talk to all of you and tell you that I care about your feelings. No, you're going to go on your own way. You can be sympathetic, but again, this is just emotional suicide. It's just, that's what it is. It is not your job as a customer to give a shit about the billion-dollar company. I'm sorry. It's not your job. It's not my job to worry about every fucking person at Bungie who works there and how they feel. They're grown fucking adults. They've deserved the whole ass beatdown they've received all week. But it's also kind of pointless to beat a dead horse until the other horses hate all humans. I'm not good with analogies, as you probably already guessed, but you're smart. You get the gist of it, I'm sure. You're talking about a company that hates its own employees. Multiple times it's been disclosed that the work environment has been toxic as fuck. I think we should praise the improvements. Once they do something with the OG, the original feedback, not these reversions, then should we praise them? They need to prove they are listening to us with actually doing something about the original feedback. My positive affirmation was mainly directed at the aforementioned employees hated by their own companies who have had to deal with toxic work environment on top of angry fans telling them they deserve no W and they are failures. By the way, no one said they were failures. They said that they're failing to meet the mark for the customers, but I never said they were a failure. Hearing that, by the way, and they technically are a failure because that's why Sony's taking them over. Hearing that from everyone can take a toll, which if they choose to stay in that toxic environment or avoid attempting to change it via strike, walkout, or whatever, that's on them. It's not fair that all devs get the heat. At the same time, they choose to work there. No one holds a gun to their head. If a company starts supporting genocide, those employees are going to get bottled up for it. And the employees have a choice to make: stay or go. Not doing anything is still taking a side. It's called being compliant, which I can have sympathy, but I'm not being empathetic to someone who chooses to stay at a job like that. Grow the fuck up. These are adults. These aren't children. They choose to be in the slogging shitfest. We live in the land of fucking opportunity. And if you're there at Bungie, they work in America. People love to say getting a job is hard, and at some points it is. I'm not arguing with it. As someone who had to go from school to school, it is a challenge. But I could have worked anywhere else. Like, I can get a job at Walmart or a gas station, hold down the fort until I get the job that I actually want. It's not hard to work somewhere until you get the main job you want. I would rather, if I am in a shitty place like Bungie, I would rather work at like a Walmart and deal with people like that than to deal with a toxic environment at Bungie where I actively hate my job. And if you don't hate your job, then you can handle criticism from your customers, because that's part of your job. It comes with it. It comes with the territory. But it continues. We got some more people. Communicating a future change, taking feedback, and adapting is in fact a W. And how the process works in the real world, Twitterscape is truly hell. Yes, communicating that they are about to ignore all feedback, make changes that they think is good for the game, then communicate pushes back. I meant to say the community pushes back, then Bungie reverts changes because they have no choice or they'll have more people leave the game is not a W. Don't need to tell me twice that you don't have the faintest idea how things get made. My reply, don't worry, neither does Bungie. Listen, I'm keeping it real. Bungie doesn't even know how to fucking make their game. We're making it for them. Again, you can't make this shit up. People will come out in full force to suck the nuts. Or, hear me out, they get the W for fucking listening. This is a good thing, you absolute dolt. How about you get some common sense and stop praising we're listening and get your head out of your ass? They listen and reverted. Quit being fucking whiny. And I reply, W for listening, yes, because them ignoring all the original complaints and feedback about why people were tired about the solo ops was completely ignored, and they cranked out this change in response. Then they received massive backlash for it, and then suddenly listen. If you want to fondle the balls of Bungie, fondle them, but don't try to gaslight people into thinking Bungie deserves any praise for this. They don't. So were they just not listening when the entire community was saying that the power grind is too slow when we want it to feel better? Or were they listening but just decided that they don't care about the overwhelming opinion of the community? Bungie doesn't listen and never has. They made their own list of changes they think will be fine, then listen to the backlash it makes. People need to stop getting fooled by this. Just because they reply to people on Twitter doesn't mean they listen. But they commented on my favorite content creator. There's hope, guys. They're joking around content creators. Oh my God, they're listening to us. They barely listen. They didn't listen to everyone already complaining about the power grind before trying to make it worse. So when progress is made, it shouldn't be noticed and noted. It isn't progress if it's reverting a change that inherently makes things worse and completely disregards the original complaints and issues. Again, you're praising the arsonist for setting the house on fire and then putting out. That's mental logic. It's insane. Wow, the bar is really that low now. It is. But they said they were listening, then dropped last week's tweet. At this point, I cannot take what they say at face value, cannot congratulate them on their own miscommunication blunder. Did you not want them to start reversing the shit you hate it or not? Them doing this is listening. Y'all make my head hurt. Setting the house on fire, then putting it out. You gonna praise the arsonist for that? LOL. I think your head is hurting because you're trying to make some weird ass mental gymnastics to give Bungie praise. Think about it as a person-person conversation. If your buddy kept saying one thing and doing another, would you still take that at face value? We were gaslit. This is not a time for praise. Thanks for the change, but nothing more. Not a W. Yeah, and let's not act like they didn't revert these changes. They were about to lose a lot more players. They were about to lose players because of these changes. Let's see. Oh. I mean, I'll say W for reverting, listening, and communicating. They have no choice. The player population is already dwindling, and it was massive backlash. From a business point of view, there was no avoiding this. I'm not praising something that they had to do or they would eat their own shit. Eric, false, idiot. Listening to the community is a W. Listening to the community would have started with actually listening to the community and not making changes that completely ignored what the community was criticizing them from the beginning. Only then to revert those changes because they have no choice but to listen to a community that's already losing players. Idiot. God, I love people who just like, and you know they're seething when they say fat. How does Bungie balls taste? I have no problem throwing salt back. It's funny because they wear this clown and they are a clown. Like they at least they recognize that they're a clown and they wear it proudly. And then of course you have people who are coming out of the woodworks just to try to bring up the drama. JFC, the cheater that changed his Bungie ID to try to dodge a ban and delete his Twitter. By the way, I love that people think that would dodge a ban. Like, that's not how that works. You don't, like, Bungie sees your records. Like, changing the name doesn't suddenly change, like, oh God, where did they go, guys? Literally, I explained that I changed the name to try to, when I went to try to sell the account, no one knew who it was, right? That was the whole point of that. Dodge a ban and deletes the Twitter, came back and wasted even more money on Musk. By the way, I didn't waste any money. This is so I can skip ads. I don't want to deal with ads. That's the only reason I spent money. And I've had this for like several months so I can skip ads, mostly because I do react like now. It's worth my money. I'm worthing it. Going out with a bang by cheating DPS raid. Went out with a bang by selling my account, which I technically did to cheaters. I sold it to the cheaters and I got $1,000. So gotta love that. And again, we're regurgitating the same thing. It's not a W until they fix the fundamental new problems they created in Edge of 8. I'm not giving them credit for reverting back to where it was 1 week ago. Was you not the streamer who got caught playing with cheaters? Nope. To sell his account? Nope, I'm the dude who tried to sell his account and the cheaters got upset because they tried to scam me. It was a crazy situation. That's pretty much very rundown. Aren't you the cheater that admitted to cheating? Why are you being negative when you cheated during day one? Incorrect. I did not cheat. Again, love that. Thank you. I agree. Every solution is just walking back a horrible idea. Why these ideas even make it to the game? Hit the nail on the fucking head with this one. Anyone says that W is just a Bungie meat gobbling fool. It is. It literally, anyone that sees this as a W is a fucking... Cyberbullying works when done right. That's right. You should absolutely cyberbully a $1 billion company. Absolutely. Now, good. Now make these +3s. It's crazy how this season started players complaining about nerfing Encore and somehow Bungie didn't put 2 and 2 together. That nerfing half the game was a bad idea, especially when people are constantly telling them to buff underperformers instead of nerfing top ones. Cool, now revert the dog shit, not swap change. Yeah, people want that to change. None of these reverted changes should have happened in the first place. Now you're back at square one with no actual positive or beneficial change. Love it when social media actually gets shit done. Guys, we spoke up and Bungie listened. Can't wait for the twid tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna be great. Anyways, as you can plainly see, one, being critical and bullying Bungie does work. Now, if you wonder why I'm critical of Bungie, because it does eventually fucking work. And that's why I will never stop criticizing bad game design. And I'll do it for other games too. We're going to play Borderlands 4. And if they do something shitty, You know I'm going to be the first person to say that. Same thing with Battlefield. When that comes out, if they do something shitty, I'll be the first one to say something about it. I have no qualms as a customer and as a gamer to call out corporations and people who want to suck the dong of them and fondle their balls. I'm going to call you out too. It is what it is. And it is insane the amount of disillusion that some of the Destiny community has. But here it go. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. We're going to find out what the TWID looks like. You're going to watch this in the morning whenever I release it. And then we're going to find out, I guess, later in the day when I get off work, if the TWID did some magical changes. Or if I'm just going to make a meme, maybe I'll just meme on it if it's that bad. At this point, if they want to save their fucking game, and by the way, I do say saving it because at least with the old system, we had regular actual seasonal updates, which would bring people back. We don't have that anymore. We have a mid-season update, but I mean, if it's not probably going to be anywhere close to the same level as an actual season, I'm going to say it right now. This is just going to get worse. It's bad. It's boring. It's made it easier. Even I'm like 421. I know I was at 420 and I broke it. I was going to say I stay 420 for a while, but I'm 421. And I haven't been intentionally grinding. I've been just grabbing the free weeklies from Savala that are pinnacles. I have no desire to grind for a worthless amount of time. Like I've not been playing Destiny at all, pretty much, except for like live streams. But yeah, I'm excited for Destiny Rising. I need something fresh. So that's what we're doing. I'll see you guys in the next video. And yeah, I'll see you when we start streaming.